We're going to take a break. We have a guest joining us here. Polin is here, and he's brought some incredible-looking equipment with him this morning. He's a professional photographer, years and years.
Is amazing.
Has a book. It's called Book 2, 22 Years of Music Photography, which is available now. We'll get the details on that, but he's brought something cool along with him, too. So cool. We'll meet him when we come back. Stay with us.
Morning. The fun part is unloading everything they asked me to bring in. I've got my books, but they asked for the big cameras. They asked for Big Bertha and they asked for my 4x5. And there's a whole process to getting this set up, and it takes time because the stuff is so damn heavy. But that's why we have probably the biggest cart you can get on the market. 48 inches of amazingness right here. This is needed because of how big the case is. You gonna roll away on me? Stop rolling. I'm SMRT. I can do that. This thing. This is why we work out, so we can do this and not pinch our fingers. So Big Bertha lives here. Not only do I have Big Bertha, I also have my 4x5 bag, which looks like nothing compared to this. Ooh. But anyway, we're going on the radio this morning. Even though it's a non-visual thing, they also do some YouTube stuff. So I figured, bring the stuff in, we could show them how cool it is, and then the people that watch on the internets can watch on the internets. One other thing I do want to get out of the front is a photo book. At least this showcases the work, and then people can follow along on the website. It's a lot of gear to tote around, but which hand do I think I want to switch hands. I like this in the left hand. That's my dominant hand. Yeah, so much better. That's skill right there. There it goes. It only took 4 knees to it. And I don't even do MMA. I almost said MMR, and we're going to MMR. So I hope this fits in the elevator. Ooh! We just squeezed in just enough. Morning show guest, please dial 5101 for assistance. I'm a morning show guest.
Hello?
Hi, it's Jared Polin from FroKnowsPhoto.
Yep, right there for you, Jared.
Thank you. I'm so important. Holy shnikes. Yeah, shnikes. That's what I say.
Okay, great.
Pierre Robin?
Hey, Andy.
Which way, left or right?
We're going left. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million.
I've gotten really fast at doing this stuff. We're shooting with it. This tripod has been really, really helpful. The second one I got, the first one was a little wonky, but you go up and you can go down. It can do everything you need with a press of a button, which is ideal. Today's traffic is trafficking. I was asking people what my secret word should be today. I don't know what my secret word should be. Comment below what my secret word should have been. I'll try to squeeze some words in there. And that's set up.
What's up, Jared and Preston?
Good morning, Preston.
All right, man, nice to meet you.
Thanks for having me.
We'll have you in a moment, all right?
Sounds good. Hey, good morning. I'm at WMMR this morning. Not the Pierre Robert show, but Preston and Steve Show. I'll be going on there at around 8:20 a.m. I brought in some Big Berthas. They want me to talk about book 2. Oh, am I the next guest?
Rocks!
He called me Poland, but it's Polin. It's okay. But yeah, I'll be on WMMR. We're talking. I brought Big Bertha in. They want to talk book 2, and they want to talk the photos that I've done with the old school stuff. So go to WMMR.com, 8:20 a.m. It's currently 7:56. So soon. I don't know what the secret word should be, but let me know what the secret word should be. My hair's not fresh. It's been a week. Meaning I haven't put it up in a week. Good enough for radio. Do I still get nervous? So I was thinking about that because at the Build conference, people asked, and I'm like, yeah, I still get nervous. And some people are like, why do you still get nervous? Because you always get nervous before you do something. At least you should. Do I get nervous before I shoot? Not unless it's the most major thing in the world, but also I'm focused at that point and it doesn't get to me. You just have to turn off all your emotions and just do your job. So when it's go time and everything turns on, I'm ready to go. This is one of the biggest shows in Philly. I don't know how many listeners, 40, 50,000 a day, maybe it's more, but I don't know. I'm curious what they're gonna ask because I don't know generally, well, I know generally they're gonna talk about my book 2, and my baseball stuff with the old cameras, but I don't know what they're going to talk about. I don't know what curveballs they might throw, but we'll roll with it, and I just have to remember not to curse. Book 2, best name ever.
Available now. We'll get the details on that, but he's brought something cool along with him too. So cool. We'll meet him when we come back. Stay with us.
So I have a library. I'm about to walk in, but say Sam.
So you can copy and paste it into your phone.
Sure.
And record it. Because who cares?
Jared, we're gonna have you right here, set up.
On
and
that
then
mic?
this space, yep, whenever you're
All right, let me just bring in Big Bertha.
Yep, of course.
Pleasure to meet you.
Good morning, sir. Nice to meet you as
I'm
well.
Steve.
Nice to meet you, Steve. Jared.
And see if you're gonna people look at some of the big
Yes,
photos.
I was looking at stuff online. Yeah, very good.
That's Big Bertha.
Love it, love it, love it.
Here. Do you guys want to see this now or later?
Look at that bad boy.
This is, we'll talk about this. And then this is the new toy. You have to go with the old tripod too.
Yeah.
None of this is easy. There's no manuals for any of this stuff. So I have to ask, like, this I had to discover all this stuff myself, except it doesn't want to go on. You got to get your squats in for this one. And then the guy that I bought it from was like, you need 2 people to do this. I'm like, yeah, no you don't. I just need to figure it out. So if people want to see the pictures we're talking about, it's on my, if they go to jaredpolin.com and click on 4x5, they can follow along and look at those.
Oh, cool.
They're all there. And then
Stuff on our YouTube channel.
FroKnowsPhoto.com/book2, the full PDF of the book is up there. You can see the entire book in PDF form and listen to the audiobook. And if you want to buy it, you can buy it, but it's all good. This thing I can't move around. Once I set it up, I'm locked into a place.
I'm gonna get blown out of the water by that thing.
I mean, this is how you focus.
That's crazy.
You have to do a whole bunch of setup, and then this pops up.
So if you're just walking around the city, that's the camera to bring with you, right?
Yeah, 100%. Try wheeling this through the stands is a lot of fun.
Marissa, our next guest has got a great book out. It is called Book 2, 22 Years of Music Photography. And if you have been in and around not only music events in the area, but sporting events as well, you've probably seen the guy. He's hard to miss. And we are welcoming into our studio Mr. Jared Polin.
Thank you for having me.
Nice to see you, sir. Thanks for being here, man.
Anytime.
You're easy to pick out because your hair is gigantic. You have a very large fro. And is this what your hair does naturally?
Naturally, it's nice and Jewish and curly, but this is when you pick it out.
You do pick it out.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, all right. So it takes some work.
100% always have a pick in the pocket. And
Nice.
when I need to poof it, I give it a nice little poof.
Very good. Listen, I need to bring something up because, and this is a little communication thing. You brought in some amazing equipment, which I can't wait to hear about. It's so unique. But Marissa had initially told us, she said, you were bringing a Civil War camera with you.
Yeah, a Civil War camera would have been if I had a one of those carts, a wagon, the Oregon Trail wagon.
Yes.
But I didn't buy one of those yet. One day
gotcha.
I'll roll up with that.
Let's talk about you first of all, and your career in Philadelphia. You started your photography career here in this city.
Yeah, I started shooting at 13.
Wow.
So long time ago, picked up a camera, thought I could do a good job shooting sports, and then got into shooting sports and ended up with a pass to shoot the Flyers, thanks to my cousin who interned there. So I was able to get one pass. And then through that, I was able to get a magazine to allow me to be their photographer.
Rolling Stone.
Which, it wasn't Rolling Stone at the time, but the sports, it was a local sports magazine. I think it was The Fan or something. And I got a pass through them. So I could go to every single game. Now, my mom might have to drop me off at the game, but I still was shooting games back when I was 17, 18.
You are a walking example of you never know until you ask. And also to know to ask again, because the circumstances, as in this case, changed and you were off and running.
Yeah, you just have to ask. My parents always said, "What's the worst they can say is no."
Right.
That's how I ended up. First show I ever shot, or not first show I ever shot, but the first Rolling Stone assignment was Norah Jones at the Mann Center, and really not a great place to shoot. It's a good venue to watch. But after the show, I had the tour manager's number. I called him on the phone. I'm like, "Hey, I'm shooting for Rolling Stone. Can I come downstairs and get some candids?" And they're like, "Well, you can come down and ask Norah."
Yeah.
The thing was, my editor at Rolling Stone was like, "There's no chance you're getting backstage. We can't get that." And anyway, whatever. The guy sent up a pass. I go downstairs. He's like, "Here's Norah." She's like, "I don't like getting pictures taken." I said, "Give me a few minutes. I'll take a couple." And this was shooting film. I took about 10 pictures of her just hanging out and jamming and told her I was done. She's like, "That's it?"
So I told you prior to this interview, I checked your YouTube site and I'm like, this is a wealth of knowledge here. And I subscribed. And there are a couple things as I was hearing you talk about the purism of what you do. And we had Jeff Coffin. He's dabbling and his stuff is really good, taking pictures. And we were talking about the thing that I think probably holds true with you. You want to capture the moment. You love the backstage stuff. You want the perception to be that you've almost, and I'm paraphrasing, but you open up sort of like the space-time continuum, and on the other side of the camera, you're now able to look through that window as it was in that moment. And we were talking with the advent of so many photo app features and AI features and ways to sort of cheat and embellish. Where do you stand on the trickery after the photo's taken?
Well, we have to remember that photography, pressing the button is half the battle.
Right.
And processing and developing was another part. Like Ansel Adams did so much Photoshop in his time, like in the dark room, that it's okay. I draw the line at cropping. I don't crop, right?
Really?
I don't take things out of the image that were there, right? I don't crop personally because I don't want to second guess every single photo that I take. So every photo in book 2, or most of my stuff, like 99.99% of it is never touched.
That's a mind blower.
Well, I just work on composition in my head. I want to see and capture it and not question everything after the fact.
Wow. That makes it even more impressive because your composition is insane.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Well, will you have something that you've photographed and everything is right except for just that one little bit of the composition that's off, and you're like, God damn it.
Yeah. No, that happens. You get upset about something. You're like, I could have done better, and I'm still not going to crop it. Because I know I'm cheating, right? To me, I consider it cheating. Other people don't, and it's personal preference. There's no right or wrong.
Right.
I mean, you should shoot raw. That's my take on the
Says
world.
it on your shirt.
It does say it on my shirt.
Yeah.
I want the best quality possible that I can get.
Jared, I like shooting with my iPhone. I think I get decent photos with them. But are they competition for you? Is it do you see people taking pictures as competition, or is it just because there's 12 bajillion photos taken every day, right? But what you do is different. So how do you delineate what you do from everybody that's got an iPhone in their pocket?
It's about 12 bajillion. I counted.
Yeah.
It's a lot. It's a great question. I don't see it as competition at all, especially being that I'm an educator online and I teach people photography. I think that the cell phone, it gets people interested, and then they're like, when they want to learn more, they search and they find me on YouTube. Or they get their first camera, their quote-unquote real camera, they search and they find a video that I did, and then they're hooked. I want people shooting. I want to teach the fundamentals and basics, because I know that if you teach the fundamentals and basics, that you can do anything. But cell phones are they'll keep saying that they're the greatest, latest, greatest iPhone is good. It's as good as a real camera. It's not.
Right.
It's not. Can I get great results? Sure. But when you're blowing stuff up 6 feet, 4 feet by 6 feet, you're not going to. And when people crop, you start losing more quality. So the one takeaway: don't crop your stuff. You'll get more quality.
So I'm going to try to adhere to that now because I had been, and I'm going to look. I want it to be as pure as the moment I hit the shutter. That moment is preserved exactly as it was in the picture that I get. You were in evidence of your fact that you want people just to enjoy the experience. You're relaying a story about your dad who just all of a sudden wanted to take up photography, but everyone is picking a level they want to be at. And some people want to progress to, get to a professional level. And you explained, you set up flowers and what? Flowers and
birds.
Birds.
He likes shooting his bird feeder.
There you go. And so you can get a fulfilling experience if that's all you're doing.
Well, what's cool is when he's taking a picture, for the first time I put a camera in his hands, set him up for success. He's sitting there photographing birds and getting excited as he's doing it.
Right.
Like, oh, look what I did. Like, I was able to capture this. I was like, yeah. And imagine parents going out there and as their kids are growing up, instead of taking crappy cell phone photos, they just get the very bare minimum mirrorless camera because it feels good in the hands. And you just go ahead and take better pictures of your kids. You just progress. Oh, there's my dad they put him up on the screen here with his massive, perfect stance that he said he's solid like a rock.
Jared, I love your concert photos, but I get excited when I see you or Fro at a Phillies game because I'm a big Phils fan. And in particular, I love this photo of Nick Castellanos and his son Liam.
Yeah, I was up in... So I have a season credential that allows me to photograph the games, and I went up to Boston. I cover my own expenses. I don't work for the team. I do my own stuff, and the pass lets me in. And I know that Nick likes to take early batting practice, which is 2 times earlier than regular batting practice, and his kid is always with him. So I saw them out there in front of the Green Monster, and I was like, hey, guys, wait right here. I get out not the biggest camera that I have here, but the 1940s camera, and I focus on them, and boom, get it set. Takes like 1.5 to 2 minutes to get one exposure. And it's just a really good... There's also another shot of them in Wrigley Field where they were stretching before the game. And I have another family picture, or the two of them. So those are pictures. To me, I love giving the gift of photography. So I printed those out as metal prints, mailed them to Nick's house, didn't tell him I was doing that. And that's the whole point. I love giving the gift, just giving people the images so that they can live on. I always carried around a book of my work. Even when iPhones became prevalent, it's small. You want to showcase a physical book.
Right.
You hand that to the tour manager and they go, oh, you're the real deal.
Yeah,
right.
This is way more impressive. Marissa brought this in, and I'd seen photographs of yours, but opening up this book, that's a whole other experience.
Yeah, you're talking about book 2, and it weighs 8 pounds.
Wow.
It's all self-published, because if you went to a publisher, they would never do the quality that we did. Printed in Italy. It does what's called a Swiss binding. If you noticed, everything lays flat. You don't lose stuff in the gutter.
Yep.
That's what you get with the quality when you actually do it yourself.
Wow. We appreciate the show and tell aspect of your appearance here today, because you brought a couple of classic cameras with you, and I had mentioned the giant one. Let's start with this one that's closest to you, if you don't mind. What is this?
Yeah, this is called a Graflex Speed Graphic. This particular model was made from 1948 to 52. The lens on it is technically radioactive. It didn't set off any Geiger counters when we came in, but that's because it was on B-29 or B whatever 19 big bombers. It was part of an aerial camera that flew in the planes to do reconnaissance.
Wow.
And so what happened is, after the war, people bought them and realized that you can retrofit it to this camera, and that's what gives you this amazing background bokeh. It's an f2.5, if that means anything to anybody, but it's a big hunk of glass, and you have to get your focus perfect. And if it's off ever so slightly, the image is just burned, and you just burned like $5.
Wow. So from what would we pay if we were to try to acquire this camera?
So back in the day, the lens would have set you back like $35. Now to get a new one, it's like $1,250 bucks.
Oh my God! Wow.
Yeah, this one I paid $900 for, because it's not as fresh as the new one, the one that I just picked up.
So is that mainly for portraits?
You are not tracking a subject with this one,
Right?
But the Big Bertha, the other one, you can track a subject with that.
Dude, this thing, I have to describe. It's about 3 feet long, the lens and the whole hub, everything together looks like it's about 3, maybe some change a little bit longer than that. And it looks, like I said earlier, it looks like a cannon. Do you have any idea what the diameter of that
Yeah, so
thing is?
It's like 1,000 millimeter lens equivalent. It has so it's 40 inches long.
Okay.
Is that lens.
All right.
The whole box to the back of the camera is 43. The thing weighs 35 pounds.
All right.
So when you put that into the box that I get it with, that I carry around with, it's 68 pounds.
Okay.
And so it's a lot. But that camera was originally produced, the back of it, in 1912 to 1943 or so.
Jeez.
And then they were custom retrofitted to fit these big pieces of glass. And newspaper shooters would use these back in the day.
What iconic picture might have been caught by a camera such as this?
Well, so if you look at Willie Mays catching the basket catch.
The catch?
Yeah.
Right. It wasn't done with this. It was done with some speeding camera that was set on fire, I was told.
Yeah.
But if you look at the top, you find the full res version of that. You look at the top where the end of the fence is,
Yeah.
you can see 3 or 4 of Big Bertha's up there because
Wow.
news shooters would shoot from there as well as behind home plate. And the negative is 5 inches by 7 inches. It's massive. It's like, think of a half a sheet of paper as the size of the negative.
Wow.
That's 26 times the surface area of 35. ChatGPT told me that one. I had to look it up. But if you think of a 35 millimeter negative, that has 26 times the surface area.
So, quick nerdy question: film and digital. Are we moving to your liking towards a confluence of the abilities, or is it still a big chasm between digital and film?
Well, digital, I can shoot 120 frames a second with digital.
Yeah.
Right, raw. It's incredible. But a lot of people are shooting film. I equate it to people buying albums. It's not as big as people say it is. I'm okay with people going and learning film photography if they go through the process.
Right.
Get the camera, go manual, develop it yourself. I draw a line when the 20-somethings are sending their film to a lab and then not even asking for the negatives back and just getting scans. To me, that's a waste. You shouldn't even do it.
Right.
I did take, when I was in high school, I took a photography class, and that was back in the day when you had to process everything yourself.
Same here, yeah.
It was awesome. It was a cool experience. And I'm glad I went through that. I'm not a photographer by any stretch, and I probably want to go back to shooting on film. This is not practical for what I do. But it was a fun, cool experience. If one wants to delve into that, how difficult it is to get a hold of materials and make that happen?
It's not very hard.
Okay.
There's actually a place in Reading called Retro Camera. This kid was collecting film cameras when nobody was. And so now he has a store that used to be it's a 110-year-old camera store that he bought from the original owner, and it is a camera store again. So he does processing. I do my own processing. I didn't at first. I sent the first stuff out. They said it would take 10 days. I'm like, I'm not doing that. And I got I learned it's a process.
Yeah.
If you follow it to the T, it should work.
Jared, my wife is an artist. She's a fan of yours, and so she introduced me to you, and I think it started at Phil's Games. For you, do you look at like historical photos or historical moments, and you're like, I want to shoot something that happened, in the 1910s or 1920s or whatever?
I use a lot of the older work to inspire what I'm doing. So if I get down in a rut, people always ask, what do you do to get out of a photo rut? You look at the classics that came before you to know how they were shooting at a time where they had no technology or the greatest technology for their time.
Right.
And then we have everything in our capability today to shoot beyond anything they could ever think of. It's incredible to go back and look at what they did.
So I just had this conversation. I was talking about the American in Paris ballet scene from the movie, and when you realize, and the people, what was that? When you realize the cameras they were using to shoot that thing, the tracking shots and all that stuff, and put it into perspective, it was like climbing Everest compared to what they can do now. So yeah, when you put it in context, I can see where it would excite you. When you're going to think of a photographer, when you're in a lull, what photographer do you turn to excite you to say, yes, this is where I need to be?
Gordon Parks, one of the greatest photographers of all time, a black photographer in the 1940s who walks into Life magazine, puts his stuff on the table, gets kicked out, but all the other photographers walk in at the same time and say, you need to hire this guy. What he was doing it was incredible. And when I discovered his work, it just Gordon Parks' stuff was awesome. He also did he directed Shaft.
Oh,
right.
That's right.
Yeah.
That Gordon Parks.
That Gordon Parks.
We had Richard Roundtree in here for an interview one time. It's one of my favorite movies. It's just great. I didn't realize that. Wow.
Question, Jared, for those who want to pick up the book, what's the best way to go about getting it?
Well, first, it's 8 pounds. You have to make sure you can pick up 8
Yes.
pounds. You can go to FroKnowsPhoto.com
Okay.
/book2.
All right, and FroKnowsPhoto is your .com is your that's your
That's
webpage
me.
with all your info and everything in there. Okay, so but the YouTube channel, tell us who that's for.
Well, one of the reasons was my mom.
Okay,
Right. She passed away in 2008, and she always wanted to learn photography. And I helped her at the beginning, but I didn't give her as much help as I should have. And I was very closed off to helping others when I was younger, because I thought if I helped people, then they would take the jobs from me. And then I had a 180, and I was like, I'm just going to give it out. I'm going to start making videos because I think I have something to say, and I think people might listen. And I started to put videos up every single day on YouTube starting in June 1st of 2010. 7 years went by. It was one video a day for 7 years.
Wow.
That's what it averaged out. And so I realized that if you give it away, you can get a lot in return. Give, and then ask, right? When it's time to ask, you can benefit from it.
So, question, I have a friend of mine who's a great photographer, and asked him for some advice, and he dove more into the philosophical side of things, like you need to get the story, you know, and all that. And I understand that's important, but I'm like, okay, but how do I make the background blurry and the foreground clear, like things like that? Do you handle basics like that?
Fundamentals and basics. I call it Mr. Rogers. Is the type of stuff I like to do. I Mr. Rogers it for people.
Okay, great.
Make it as simple as possible. Basics, fundamentals, and you can start shooting. I can have you shooting blurry background pictures in a matter of minutes.
Well, because it can get incredibly complex as
And
you
expensive.
go on. And expensive. Yeah, there was a stretch of phase. One of my kids went through a photography phase, and we bought stuff, you know, and it is not cheap. And we were having fun with it for a little while, but the phase came and went, unfortunately. But I'm left with all this equipment, and I'm like, I should know how to operate this stuff better.
Yeah.
So it's right for me.
100%.
Okay.
I can teach you in a matter of minutes.
All right. And what is your YouTube channel?
FroKnowsPhoto. I usually say .com. That's how I intro it. But yeah, if you look at FroKnowsPhoto, you will see there's, 3,500 videos over the past 15, 16 years.
Wow.
Yeah, watching a couple of them, and they are, Preston, they are accessible. So in case you feel you're going to be steamrolled with a barrage of tech talk, it's not that approach.
Good. Excellent. What do you have coming up as far as work goes? Phil's?
I got some travel. I got a Japan trip to go shoot over there.
Wow.
And then I'm going back on safari in November.
Wait, say who you went on safari with.
Mystery Man?
Yeah.
I call him Mystery Man, but Ken Griffey Jr. was with us on safari. He loves photography, and I will tell you, photography has opened unbelievable doors for me. The fact that I had no idea that Ken Griffey Jr. was following my Instagram. I sent him a message. I'm like, Junior, if you ever want to talk photography, here's my number. 10 minutes later, I get a call. Hey, it's Junior. I'm like, hey, Junior, what's up? just an awesome guy.
So Ken Griffey Jr. and then Randy Johnson, we were talking a little bit before the interview, like that guy's gotten really good to be, in a second career as a photographer. He works golf tournaments, and you've gotten to know Randy a little bit as well.
Yeah, Randy's a whole nother animal. I went to dinner with him once, and he's finally stood up. I'm like, oh, 6'10". Yeah, that's what that looks like.
You told me about in the first book the photo that you have of Bryce Harper in the dugouts. Great picture. You said he was great for the whole session. Were you using this camera closest to you for that?
Yeah, and when I say whole session, it was 2 photos. So it was like 5 minutes. But what happened is we had a couple of missed opportunities where he had to change. Not change, but he got pulled another direction. He personally came up to me and said, I'm sorry, let's reschedule. And he did it.
And is this one you said you have to stay still for like a minute and a half?
No, you don't have to.
Okay.
Well, so as soon as I lock my focus in, the process is this. I set up the tripod. I focus on the subject. I have to put my eye up to the back of the glass.
Yeah.
As soon as I wind the shutter, I can't see through the back of the camera. So if they move or I move the camera, it's going to be out of focus. So I wind the shutter 3-4 times, put the film in, pull it, shoot it, and then you hope you got it, and you hope they stayed still. Bryce sat in the perfect position. He put the bat out perfectly, so it said Victus right on it. He knows what he's doing. He made it easy.
What's your biggest found out you missed it in the development stage?
Preston was asking me about a photo in the book I was showing him. Why is it blank? Well, it was a photo of Kyle Schwarber up in Boston. What happened are two negatives stuck together when they were developing in the tank. I didn't realize I put them together. The back negative turned out, sort of, and then the one that was blank, I took 50 sheets while I was there. That was the one that was messed up, but I still include it so people understand you do mess up.
Yeah.
But you can't kick yourself too hard. You get, like, people say, what's your favorite photo? And the answer and the old quote is the next one.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of, I don't want to say dead to me. It's done. On to the next. What can I capture next?
It's so cool. I wanted to ask one thing about, you talk about, and there was it's kind of like a quasi TED talk that you were giving, and you stressed the importance of trust being the paramount quality. Once you blow trust with a band or a team, your name becomes mud so quickly in the industry that it can destroy your career in a heartbeat, correct?
That is correct.
Yeah.
You don't want to do something that either makes someone look bad, or if you're going to post something and you know what not to post.
Yeah.
You just know. And there's nothing that I posted, actually, the picture on the cover of the book of Perry smoking a joint.
Yeah.
He had new management that called me after that and said, you got to take that down offline. I'm like, absolutely not.
Yeah.
I'm like, you've read the history of Perry Farrell. Yeah. It's well noted what he's done in the drug world.
Yeah.
I'm like, I am not taking that down. They're like, you'll never do this again. I'm like, I already did it, bro.
Yeah. Wow. Before we wrap up the segment, Jared, someone is insisting and texting, asking, it says, ask Fro to do a sniff and wind tunnel test on your head, Steve.
Yeah.
He's hilarious when he does it. What is
Sniff
that?
test. So back in the day, Gary Vaynerchuk, if anybody knows that guy, used to sniff wine and associate it with weird stuff.
Yeah.
And so then I was like, I borrowed that in the camera world, and I would be at Alan's camera reviewing cameras, and I'd sniff it, and I'd give it a sniffy sniff and say what it smelled like. I'd be like, it smells like a red laser or a Lincoln log. It's just weird and weird sells. So if you do stuff that's different,
Okay.
it sets you apart from everybody else. The wind tunnel test is new. You just blow on something and say it passed or failed, and there's no rhyme or reason.
I like that.
Well, what can you test here?
Somebody's asking your head.
Would you mind?
Can you do a sniff test on Steve's head?
Yeah,
He'll
sure.
come over there. He'll come over there.
Oh, you're coming over here?
Yeah,
Watch
so-
the cameras. Don't knock over the old stuff.
Yep. All right. So Steve is going to lean down, bald head, and Jared's going to give it a sniff. Okay.
Oh, it smells like really nice shampoo. Oh, yeah. Is that?
He has
why
no
do you
hair.
have shampoo? Why do you use shampoo on that head?
What you're probably smelling is my sunblock.
Oh, SPF 50.
Yes.
Yeah. Wow.
Spot on, dude.
I can
You
tell.
are a photographer.
It's the nose.
The nose.
Yeah, it's all there. Fro knows.
All right. So FroKnowsPhoto.com, by the way, and it's not, it's KNOWS, not NOS.
Yeah, people do that all the time. Exactly.
Photo.com. To get the books, you can take a look at those to get Jared's information, to see his work. Obviously, follow him on Instagram. And I am going to jump right over to the YouTube channel and spend some time there.
Go for it.
You're a fascinating individual, Jared. Great work. Thanks for coming by this morning. We appreciate it. And thanks for bringing this wonderful equipment with you.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.
You got it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, some love for Jared Polin. All right, with that, we're going to take a quick break. We'll come back in a second. We got stuff to give away. This is in conjunction with the Naked Gun film.
Yeah, we were looking at, Steve and I,
Yeah,
we used to work
Y100.
at Y100, so I saw that, the shot.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Friends Ferdinand that night.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, Jet that night. Yeah, the next page
And
you get to
Silvertide?
Brent Smith. Yeah, all the Silvertide stuff.
Yeah.
Donovan Frankenreiter. And everybody's in the back of the book too.
I saw that. Yeah, I went through most of it, and then I got to the very back, and I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
this explains who is what and where. I like the selfies, too. That's
Thank
a
you.
great idea.
It just, I didn't know it existed really.
just
I guess
happens?
I did them, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's become a thing every time I'm backstage or see a mirror when I'm doing it. It's like, because it anchors me in time as well.
Yeah. Who's this?
Ben Folds.
Oh, that's
Flipping me the bird.
awesome.
He's into photography. Thank you, man. Great questions. Thanks for looking everything up.
Oh, yeah, no, we want to do our research, yeah.
Not everybody's in it. Get a little closer.
Go horizontal.
Beautiful.
Thank you, man.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Yep.
Appreciate it.
We got another.
How much time so I can get this out?
Good to go to.
Great.
Yep. This was such a pleasure. I have to run and go back on the air, but it was such a joy.
Yeah.
I'll be right back.
Yeah, do your news. She's gonna do the traffic report. There's a little bit of traffic on the road right now, and you got to be very careful where you're going. No, that was pretty cool. I think we did like 30 minutes. I think we went over, but you always get this feeling of. I actually didn't think of it like, am I doing well? Is it going okay? Type of thing. And no, I mean, once I get into a rhythm, like let's keep going. I'll take up 2 hours. I don't care. Keep asking. I love questions. So no, that was cool. Hopefully people enjoyed it at home. I haven't checked my phone yet to see what anybody said. Couple messages here from my bowling team. My bowling team, Frankie. He's like, great job, buddy. The interview was fantastic. Did you expect anything else? Cool. Let's roll up. I gotta pack it all up. Pack it all in. Let's begin. It's Dad. Hey, Dad. Hey, good morning. Your hashtag on Instagram is learning with Len. Well, that's what I've been doing is learning with Len.
Okay, that's cool.
Because I post your videos.
Okay, yeah, I saw that. You sent that. Well, that was online. That was on Facebook.
Sort of.
So actually, that was really good. I mean, that really was good. I mean, you were on for 45 minutes basically.
Was it that long?
Yeah, it was that long. You started at 8:20. You finished it at 8:59 when when the hour broke. And
If my math is correct, that's not 45 though.
that's 40. Now it's a full 40 minutes.
Yeah, it was normally they said 20 to 25, but when it goes good, you keep going.
Yeah, obviously, and it obviously went really well. No, because that was a great interview, and I'm sure that you enjoyed it. Did you not?
Oh, I love talking about me. What other subject do I like more than talking about me?
That's true. But you didn't come off as a pompous ass. That's important. Obviously.
Yeah, very important.
Else they would have gotten rid of you a hell of a lot sooner than it went the full time, the full 40 minutes.
Yeah, exactly.
That was great.
Thank you.
It was great. All
right.
Just thought I'd share.
All right.
And, good job.
Thank you.
As always.
All right.
I'll talk to you soon.
All right, see ya. Bye.
Another bearded individual. We have Wesley. Hey, Wesley, how you doing? Why?
Because they're peas fiber.
You got me there. All right, thank you, Patrick.
Yeah, I carry my own marker, all right? When people want me to sign autographs, you gotta have the good pigmented ink version.
Marissa, she is going to go add those up. And, oh yeah, sorry about that.
I don't know why I wrote to Steve.
We'll come back with a combined score, whoever has the top. Now,
I want to make sure I don't impress them.
you don't make it to the
All right.
Had you heard any
The
of
biggest
those?
issue here is
Only one I didn't hear.
unwrapping them every time. The secret is using a fork. I have a fork and I stack them when I do it. It's a sensitive book, like me. MMR coffee table book. I'm so literal. That's why it's book 2 in WMMR coffee table book. We'll go put that on the coffee table.
Sit down in the bathtub. That's why you like it. I do love. And I realize this. I am a big mystery fan. I love. Okay. Which is essentially a large, elaborate riddle. Yeah. Mystery movies. Porn movies.
I'll get it. I'm not that big of a
We
dick.
got our tally in. Contestant Chad. And he told us why the fly flew off of the toilet because it was pissed off.
It's like I gotta
So we're gonna send
gotta
him
do
up
it right.
$75 Amex gift card. All right.
It's gotta line up.
And then coming in fourth place was Keith, who told me.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you? Good. Boop. The boop sound is very important when you're riding an elevator or touching a touchscreen. You have to hit boop. Oh, Elevator number, whatever this is. Good, there's nobody in here. I missed it. I missed the elevator. I'm gonna go all the way over here and press the button. Ah! I like that sofa. That sofa is pretty sweet. You always have to remember it's their show, not my show. Their show. Was there a ramp we went up? This is even. Look at this, it's not a curb. I thought it was a curb. Like, I didn't remember. You know, you were talking about cameras and trying to explain them is pretty cool. Just think of a Canon, because it is that big. I mean, I like talking. I'm a big fan of talking. And, you know, after 20 some years of doing this stuff, you have a lot of stories. So I'm gonna pack up and get out of here and get to the studio because, you know, work doesn't stop. Where are the wheels? This way. No, the wheels are the other way. Oh well. I always try to go wheels in, but I failed there. This, you want to make sure you don't scratch your damn car up. That should be good enough. I highly recommend this thing. This cart has been awesome because it's 48 inches on the outside, but it actually fits that 43-inch tub, fits snugly, and then it just folds into this. I mean, it's not the lightest thing in the world, but you could wheel it. Holy sweat! I am sweating. Good thing my car is at 120 degrees when I get in here.